Well, the award winner for Friend of New Zealand is the absolutely amazing, fabulous Pippa, Lady Blake.
Tēnā koutou kata. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends and supporters of CARE, thank you for this incredibly special honour, and I cannot tell you how much it means to me to receive this Friend of New Zealand award. I'm especially delighted that CARE's partner for this award is Air New Zealand. Firstly, for the past 37 years of annual trips between here and the UK, I have never ever flown with another airline. I am a fan. Then more importantly, that their leadership in sustainability and deep commitment for our natural environment is outstanding. To be in such auspicious company with tonight's exceptional world-class New Zealanders is more than a little humbling. I'm not a global businesswoman, scientist, famous doctor, film director, or hip-hop dancer, if only, but rather I'm an artist from a small town in the UK. A then young English woman who 38 years ago fell for a tall blonde Kiwi sailor whose passion and belief in his country and its people was infectious and quickly rubbed off on me, and then our children, Sarah Jane and James. And I have to say, it's very special that my daughter Sarah Jane and her husband Alistair are here with me tonight. I first arrived in New Zealand after a honeymoon of 3 months, spent on a racing yacht with 7 men. I remember the earthy smell of the land as we rounded Cape Reinga at night, my excitement, and then the first glimpses of the raw beauty of this very special and unique country. Our lives were exciting and extraordinary as we became immersed in the New Zealand teams, taking on the world in global ocean racing, and then ensuring that the America's Cup became New Zealand's Cup. And let's hope and pray that, go to New Zealand. After retiring from racing, there was no slowing down as Peter took the challenge with Blake Expeditions to raise awareness of the planet's critical environmental areas with a desire to enthuse people into caring for the environment and our oceans. That he was killed in his prime whilst doing what he loved was a tragedy. That is an understatement. It was devastating, not just for me and the children, but for all New Zealanders who had lost one of their own. I guess people thought that my contact with New Zealand might have ceased at that point, but deep down it made my connection with the country and New Zealanders even stronger. Perhaps it was the unwavering support that I received from Peter's crews, or the love I felt from ordinary Kiwis, and the tears still shared in remote places. A particular cafe in the gorge between Napier and Taupo, and on being told at the counter that I looked rather like Pippa Blake, and revealing that I was, resulted in a spontaneous outpouring of tears and hugs all round. It was wondered if it was possible to continue Peter's legacy, and gradually the Sir Peter Blake Trust evolved, with the mission to inspire and mobilise the next generation of Kiwi leaders, adventurers and environmentalists. And I'm incredibly proud of what the Sir Peter Blake Trust has been able to achieve in the past 13 years. With over 1,000 leaderships events each year in schools, communities and businesses across the country, this charity lives up to Peter's challenge of Believe You Can. It always interests and humbles me when I'm back in New Zealand to attend events and to see our Blake medalists and Blake leaders dotted around the room, and tonight is no exception. Getting hundreds of young people tuned into environmental leadership through adventure has never been more important. Young Blake Expeditions with the Royal New Zealand Navy takes Kiwis on ocean expeditions from the Kermadex to the subantarctic, while Blake ambassadors can be found working on climate change in Antarctica, undertaking deep sea science surveys with NIWA, and caring for yellow-eyed penguins with Doc. What binds all of these people together is the colour of their socks. I'm still amazed that Kiwis visiting Peter's resting place and headstone near our home in the UK still leave red socks. In the past, they have also left bottles of Steinlager, Rugby World Cup flags, and once even a jar of Vegemite, although in fact I believe that is Australian. Can I thank Kia and Air New Zealand and the people of New Zealand again for this award and reaffirm my commitment to do all that we can to lift the leadership, performance, and environmental awareness of the next generation of great Kiwis. Thank you.
Come on,